Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you what you need tonight. A little something to whet your appetite, and it's gonna make you feel alright. Sweet Gravy and Carmen Kirk, check 'em out as they go to work. Congratulations on your new podcast. Now open up a can of whoop ass and blast, blast, blast. This is Angelo. And I hope you like this show. Wow. Wow, yeah.
Ooh, and we're back for another episode of Sweet Gravy.
Hey.
Oh man, did you hear the way that he like bangs on that piano? He's like, "What do you eat tonight? Something to whet your appetite, and we're gonna make it feel alright." Sweet Gravy and Carmen.
I think you just hear it louder.
Check it out as they go to work.
Okay, that's enough.
And congratulations on your new podcast.
All right, that's enough. You gotta stop. We just heard it. And the reason that you hear the piano so loud is because his small ass apartment.
Don't you make fun of his apartment?
His apartment's so little.
Well, he lives in Los Angeles. What do you expect?
I get that's exactly
That's
what I
what you
expect.
get.
Yeah, that's crazy. You hear California and people think that it's this grandiose place and it's beautiful and you're on the water.
You live in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And, you got, but there's...
Roaches.
I remember I was at Shannon's on Pine in Long Beach, and there was this married couple, and their name were John and Mary, and they actually hang out there quite a bit. So hello to them if they're there.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Hey, girl.
Mary. And they were telling me a story about how there was a roach crawling through their kitchen. They lived in Long Beach, and there's a roach crawling through their kitchen, and she had a broom, and she swept it. She's like a hockey player. She was like, slap shotted it right into the central air of their apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, and then I knew that I had scored the point because I hear ding 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 as it's falling down the tubings,
Mm-hmm.
the ventilation system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, score. Yeah.
How is that a score?
Because she got rid of that roach.
It's gonna have babies that she don't see, and then they're gonna all be in her apartment. Well, you should have just smashed it.
Yeah, right. Like that one is gonna do it. I knew a exterminator, and he said he could walk into apartment buildings and he could smell the roaches.
It's disgusting.
He's like, I can smell the roaches.
Someone else told me the same thing. I worked with a kid who that's the job he did before I worked at the breakfast spot I worked at.
Mm-hmm.
And before he worked there, that's a job that he did where he would go into like the student apartments here,
Right.
the ones close to us, and he said it used to be horrible in there, and they used to have to evict students all the time. And I think the reason that those apartments got like that is because they were letting outside people come in, and then it's like 4 or 5 people to an apartment with one room in an apartment.
Like when we first got here, we almost moved into there.
I mean, I checked it out because we needed to find a place, but then it was kind of like I didn't like the whole shared living space.
It was
thing.
$500 a month, right, per person.
Per person.
And what you did is you basically have a private room, but you shared the living room and the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there's 3 to an apartment. So it would have been you and I with our own room, which was maybe not a bad idea, you know?
Yeah, right. Then you're going to be sneaking into my room.
Huh?
You'd be trying to sneak into my room.
I'd have to sneak?
Yeah, you got to sneak.
I would imagine
Get out of my room, Kirk.
Huh? Yeah, that would go, get out of my room. That would become a point there. But, and then it would just be some other person.
Yeah.
We would would scare off every single person that would try to live with us.
Yeah, it probably
They
wouldn't
would
be
be like,
good.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
These two are crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Get me out of here. I need a different place. They'd go to the office, and then the people would be like, oh, I don't. I knew a dude in college, and he lived in the dormitory, and he could never keep a roommate. Like, people always ask to leave his dorm.
he didn't know why.
He never said that he didn't know why. He never said, but all I know is that he lived by himself in a dorm setting. Probably perfect in the college world, because you sleep like right across from each other.
Well, it's weird how they set that whole thing up. I've been in multiple situations, so I think I'm in the same position as that guy where pretty much every single roommate that I've had didn't like me.
They had enough.
But I didn't like them either.
No.
I don't know if it's me or them, but because it's been multiple people, I'm starting to think
It's you.
maybe it's me.
I can't believe I've made it this far.
Shut up. You're particular about little retarded things, though.
Like what?
Well, first, when I was in the dorms at a school in Michigan, the lady asked me for my information. She asked me the things that I like do you like loud music and things like that, because they're trying to put you with a group of people. Mm-hmm. You know what she did?
What?
She put me in a house, because these were like individual houses with like 4 rooms, and that's how the dorms were set up. Mm-hmm. And she put me in this house with these 3 other girls, and 2 of them were gay. And they were all wild, smoking weed, drinking, blah, blah. And the vibe just was not there. First off, I was a little bit offended. Like, why did she put me in a room with gay girls? Mm-hmm. And then the girl that I actually shared a room with, I had a roommate in one of the rooms. And she was like, she would never come out of her room. She's like, I don't like it here. Mm-hmm. I'm stuck here because I don't live here, and I fucking hate it. And she made it even more miserable for me by how much she hated it, and she wouldn't even leave her room or anything.
Right.
And she didn't like the other girls. I didn't like the other girls. But that's how they paired us up. And I'm like, these girls like loud music. I said, I don't mind, I guess, but damn. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. They paired me up.
You feel like you got put into the wrong spot.
Right. Mm-hmm. I feel like I got set up to lose from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So after that, I said, fuck that. I stayed for 1 night, and I left.
You only gave it 1 night?
Yep.
That's not enough time.
Well, I was done. I don't like it. I'm not about to waste nobody's time. I'm not about to waste my time. I don't like this. I'm leaving. I don't gotta stay there if I don't want to.
Okay.
A bunch of fucking gay girls just doing things in there. They were inviting friends over first night. I'm like, damn.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, maybe I was too old for that at that time.
Maybe. They were younger than you?
I was
because you had gotten out of the military?
Yeah, I had gotten out of the military, and I had already got my culinary degree. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I was a little older than they were, probably.
You aged out of that system.
Out of that situation.
Could you imagine, because you were doing, like, specifically you were trying to find, like, places where you live and work at the same time? Mm-hmm. That's a young person's type of thing.
It is, yeah.
Don't you feel like now you'd be too old?
I feel
you're in
like,
your 30s,
yeah, absolutely.
You're like, all these young kids trying to do what they're doing.
Yeah, it's definitely different now. That's why when we decided that we were going to move here, I was so down for it, because I had gotten to a point where it was like, okay, I'm tired of moving around in different places, because most of the time those jobs are seasonal jobs. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, I mean, you could find a couple that's year-round in, like, Texas and places that's hot like that.
Right.
But it was more so like, yeah, I just got tired of it. Like you said, I outgrew it. Mm-hmm. It was time to settle down. I would go back if I absolutely needed to. Mm-hmm. If I was struggling, that's a way that I can live.
Right.
And don't have to worry about, living on the street, I guess.
Yeah.
Not necessarily bills.
Well, no, you go there and then, like, things are taken care of.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an easy way to get on your feet. Like, mm-hmm. if you fall off and you need to
if you're smart about it.
Right.
A lot of people aren't.
No, they go and then they spend everything, or they get Amazon packages.
Yeah. Amazon, and I remember.
It's a hard thing not to do sometimes. You in an area where there's not much to do but buy things.
On Catalina, everybody would they would like spend like all their like checks on like Patagonia clothes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like practical people or would like myself and other folks would like look at it and be like, why are they wasting their money on this stuff, you know?
Well, that's just expensive.
I know.
It's not cheap clothes.
Right.
So I
And
don't
then-
get the whole Patagonia thing.
And then I had a buddy show up, and Fred had asked him, he said, you don't wear Patagonia? And he goes, no, that's for poor people.
That's what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said. Because it's kind of it's like the conversation we had with D, you know, about the shoes. Like
Yeah.
you want to look flashy and but you don't have the stuff to actually like other than the look.
Mm-hmm.
What would you call that? Stunting? Is that what they say?
Yeah, that's definitely.
That's the hip kid term, stunting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing my stunting shades.
Buffs.
Buffs?
Yeah.
What is that?
I think they're the new Cartiers.
What is a Cartier?
They're glasses.
Oh, okay.
They're really expensive glasses that people wear. In Detroit, it's a really popular thing. People like those glasses. They're expensive, and it's something that can get you killed. People will kill you over those glasses. Those glasses cost a lot of fucking money. You paying upward of $1,000 for them.
Right.
So when you walking around with those, people automatically think you the man and you got some money in your pocket. Because,
I got my Cartiers.
Yeah, because why the fuck would you have nice Cartiers
I'm
on
not
and
really
no-
into Cartiers. I like Cardi B's though.
Shut up.
Huh?
That's so lame.
You don't like that,
That gotta
one?
be the worst joke ever.
What?
It's not Cartiers, it's Cartier. It's like Cardier.
I don't know about Cartiers. I know Cardi B's though.
That's funny. So I wanna discuss something.
What's up?
So I just went in the room. I had a few things to do this morning. We both had a few things to do this morning. And I went and took a nap because had a long night, woke up early. And I wake up to Kirk pulling my leg and shaking me and tapping me and being obnoxious.
Right.
Why do you do that to me?
Okay, so let's see here. We were both awake. I woke up at about 7 today.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, I'm making sure everything's going good. I call my mommy, call my daddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Call everybody, get the calls out of the way. Nobody wanted to talk to me. Apparently, it was too early.
It was. that don't tell you something.
Huh? So, made the calls, made sure everything was put out. So it's Saturday. If you follow us, you know that Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. is whenever we release the audio and video of the podcast for the week, right?
Yeah.
And then we record also on Saturday, typically now. We've been doing that the past few weeks. I've been going a good schedule too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going good. Except last week I was a little tired, a little sleepy.
Yeah.
So, because it was about 11 at night.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be those weeks that you do one and then you do it later, especially just got to adjust scheduling and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
My work schedule and your time off. So.
Right. So I wake up, you're awake, right? And then you eat something. You say I need to eat. And I said, you want some muffins, right? I said, you want a muffin? Because we got a membership at BJ's through my job. We used to have a membership at BJ's. It's basically like a bulk sales, a Sam's Club,
Costco,
or a Costco, and they have the best muffins.
They do.
And
They
I
are
used to
pretty
get
good muffins.
I used to get these muffins all the time. And you would just like look at them and be like, "Oh, you got the muffins. You the muffin man, huh?" And
that sounds so mean.
that's how you are.
You don't think that's funny?
Huh? Yeah, no, it's funny. I get it. But still, it's kind of mean,
Oh my god.
So, yeah. Then one day you tried these muffins, and it was at the tail end of the membership. See, I used to get the membership because I worked right across from it.
Right.
So, and we didn't have a car, so I'd walk across the street to the BJ's and pick up some stuff.
Right.
And then I would call my Uber there, and then I'd get a ride home. Well, now I have a car. I went over there, got some muffins. Well, at the tail end of whenever I was working there, I quit my membership, and you had one of the muffins, and you're like, these are the best muffins ever. Now I know why you're the Muffin Man.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're eating muffins, and then you wake up today, and you're like, oh, I'm hungry. Feed me, Seymour. I'm hungry. And I said, okay, you want a muffin? There's 2 muffins in there. There's a muffin for you. There's a muffin for me. We got muffins, baby. And he said, no, I need salt. I'm like, okay. She don't want muffins. Best muffins
No,
ever.
it's either I'm in the mood for something sweet or something salty.
So then you microwave a chimichanga. And you don't know, I don't know what's going on in that microwave. It's popping like popcorn. It's like pop, 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 pop. I was like, how's she cooking this chimichanga like that? I don't know.
All I did was put it in the microwave and pressed it and turned it on.
And then you open it up. You open up the packaging because it was one of them pre-made jobs. Did you get it at 7-Eleven?
No, I
No,
got
you got it
at
at
the
a grocery store?
Yeah.
Okay, so you open up this chimichanga, and what do you see? The thing is destroyed.
I don't know how it got like
It is
that.
destroyed. It doesn't look like, it looks like slop.
Yeah,
It looked like pig food.
Well, maybe I bought a not good brand of it.
I don't think
cooked
so.
it wrong.
Poppins made it slop, Carmen. It was ridiculous. It looked crazy. So, you eat the burrito, and then what you like to do is after you eat, you like to take a little nap.
I like to smoke a cigarette first.
Okay, and then you take a nap. So you said, okay, we're going to get to recording this at about 11. So it is 10:53, and I go into the room where you're sleeping, and I wake you up.
Yeah, but you wake me up by like grabbing my foot, and like nobody wants to be woken up like that.
Yeah, I
That's
just
something
grab your
you-
foot. I kind of give it a little tug.
But you stronger than you think you are. You got the
Well, I'm not like yanking you. I'm just giving a little tug.
You don't think you're yanking me, but that's how it feels when you wake up that way. It's okay. I'm gonna get your ass back. I'm fucking wake you up.
I'd like to see you try.
I'm gonna wake you up and shake your leg or something. Pinch your butt.
I'm a sound
whatever.
sleeper.
You slept good last night. I heard you snoring out here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You said that last night you came home and then you you went into the room and you said hi, and then I get up and I look at you with one eye and I'm like, ugh, and then I go back to sleep. I was asleep the whole time, but you're like, you were awake, and then I was like, no, I was asleep.
You opened your eyes. That's awake.
No, it's not. You have to be conscious to be
Yeah.
awake.
Well, you opened your eye and then you just looked at me and then you closed your eyes back and
Mm-hmm.
then it's like, okay.
That's it.
So I got some homework done last night and then I had a pretty uneventful night.
Good.
After I did the homework, I just kind of crashed out after that. I've been listening to a couple of podcasts, so it's been a lot of interesting things that's been going on. But I want to speak about this situation that's going on right now in the news. Since you brought up the whole shoe situation, so did you hear that story about there's a lady who works at Nike? And apparently her son is making like hundreds of thousands of dollars because he gets her discount from Nike and then he buys up shoes that he, takes and sells them on eBay or online or wherever people do it. And I guess they're saying it's a conflict of interest, except for she already told the job that her son his little side business, but he started making all this money, and then they fired her. Nike fired her.
Right.
So she worked for the Nike corporation, and then he was getting these shoes with her discount, and then selling them for thousands of more dollars online,
Right.
because he'll buy them all up. He get first pick because his mom works there. He'll buy up all these shoes that everybody is going crazy trying to get, and then he'll hold them and then sell them for higher prices. And he was making a lot of fucking money, and it was like, bitch, you fired.
He said, "Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here."
That's enough."
And she thinks it's not fair, but it's kind of like, everybody, like, there's nothing wrong with a little nepotism. Like, of course, why wouldn't
Ain't nothing wrong with a little nepotism.
It's not.
Isn't that the song?
I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting, because on one hand, I feel like if is nepotism getting something because you have somebody close to the situation, or is nepotism just parent to child?
It's favoritism.
Favoritism
Through relation, I would think.
Through relation. Okay. Because it's kind of the same thing, right?
I don't think nepotism I don't think that has anything to do with it. That's not what, you're not getting ahead. I don't think that that's the right term.
How he not getting ahead? Without his mom's discount.
I know, but that's not nepotism. Like,
I think it's a small form of it.
okay.
Right?
If you think so.
I think so. I
think
get what you're saying. Like, I understand what nepotism is. I get exactly what you're saying. But
you just don't want to use it correctly.
No, I don't know what do you call that? It is some type of favoritism involved in that situation.
Not in the form of she's getting these shoes for him to sell. It's like whenever I was in middle school, right?
She has access to them, and
Right.
she's giving him access that other people don't have.
When I was in middle school, there was this like reward system that our grade did. It was called Cat Cash.
We had something
Because-
similar, but it was. I remember it, but I don't remember the name of it.
Because our mascot were the Wildcats. And you would like do something good, and then you get like 5 Cat Cash dollars. Or you get like $1 if you got like an A, or you get like $10 if you like somebody found out you like helped like a kid into the elevator or something, right?
Oh damn, y'all had elevators?
We had one elevator,
Jesus,
and
must be nice.
yeah, I was no child left behind, Carmen.
Okay.
What is the teacher gonna carry the wheelchair kid up the stairs?
Oh, I forgot about the wheelchair kid.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, a lot of elementary schools are on one level. They're not typically two
Well,
levels.
yeah, we had. There's not gonna be an elevator to nothing.
Obviously.
We got this
Okay.
elevator. It goes nowhere.
They didn't care about the special. They didn't care about the special needs kids in our school, because they just put their classes on the first floor, so they wouldn't have to go up the stairs.
So at the end of the year, there was like an auction, and you could auction, like people like donated stuff, and you would auction off and buy things with your Cat Cash. Well, there was this kid, and he was selling Bubblicious bubble gum for Cat Cash. And like at the end of the
That's
year,
so fucking smart, though.
because we were so young, you don't realize that kids are immediate. They want something right now.
Right.
You know, what do you mean? You want me to save this for the end of the year? The end of the year is 3 months away. The end of the year is 2 months away. The end of the year is 2 weeks away. I want that gum now. You know? So you would buy the gum from the kid, and then he had like all the Cat Cash at the end of the year. But then they found out that he had so much.
Obviously, because kids think they're getting over on adults, but it doesn't make sense for you to. It's like he's failing all his classes, but he has $1 million in Cat Cash.
He got all the
How?
Cat Cash. But his mother was buying the gum.
Right. So
It's the same thing.
She was in on a scam.
Yeah, she was in on it. But I don't think that that's nepotism. That's just, you know.
No, that's a different situation.
That's
as well,
like talking
though.
about Massimo, Lori Laughlin, you know, helping their kid.
All right,
get
that's
in, get
that's
in
nepotism.
I don't think it is though.
Okay, so
Let's look it up. How do you spell it?
like you spell it like it sounds. Sound the shit out. God damn it. Like I understand. Nepotism is when you get ahead because a parent or something give you something, Or it's like,
A practice among those with power or influence of favoring relatives or friends, especially by giving them jobs. So you're not giving anybody jobs,
okay,
right?
right,
I don't know. I think it's keep it in the family,
yeah.
right?
I mean, yeah, it's a difficult situation because I'm not a person who is into buying Jordans and different Nikes and different sneakers, those really expensive sneakers. But I know people who are very upset by this situation because they feel like they got slighted on a lot of shoes and
Right.
paid more money because his mom worked there and he got
Yeah, but you're gonna get it. If it wasn't him, it would be
Someone
the
else.
person outside of the, sitting outside
Right.
waiting to get the shoe. It's still not you.
right.
You know,
yeah, yeah,
you can get the shoes at market value if you apply yourself. People don't like to apply themselves.
I know. Because Darius was just showing me something online. He was like, check this out. He was like, the shoes were just $100 yesterday. He was like, by the time I got my wallet to go on there and buy the shoes, they are $7,000. Somebody already bought the whole stock and reposted them
Right.
for $7,000 before, within like the hour it took him to like get off work and like sit down and buy
Right.
it.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? He was like, I'm so sick. They were $100. I was going to get them. He was like, not even a whole hour later, they're for $5,000 and $7,000 now.
Right.
I was like, damn, I didn't realize how big business shoes is. Like how much money is being made with all this. Like, is that kind of illegal or no?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's illegal. No.
I mean, it's not illegal to buy something and then sell it. You can sell things at the price you want if people pay for it.
Right. I know that in the recent years, StubHub had, which is like an aftermarket ticket sales. If I were to buy a ticket to a concert and I didn't actually want to go, I could go on StubHub and sell these tickets. I know there is like a Metallica tour that StubHub they reserved tickets, so they sold out super quick,
Yeah.
and then they sold them at elevated prices. That's kind of illegal, and they
Yeah.
actually got slapped with something then, I believe.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how that works for individual people though
Right.
that just buy something and then
I don't think so.
yeah.
I don't think that's
And that person that bought those shoes, he's probably gonna make thousands of dollars. Like, damn, maybe we should need to start buying shoes. Need to get into the shoe business.
I want to say that the government is looking into like systems like the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox. Like people are like using like bots to like buy those systems up before they're actually for sale,
Yeah.
or like right when they get on sale. So people will like end up with a bunch of them, and then like you said, like they're like $1,000. Like you can buy one right now, but I gotta go talk to Joe Jeff, across the street, and he's gonna sell it to me for $1,000, when it's actually like only like $400 for the non-disc versions, and then $5
Yeah.
for the disc versions. So
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
right.
So what else been going on? What else been going on in your week? Got some new shows, some new books, some new things you've been listening to?
No.
Well, what's new?
Nothing's new. What's new is that hoodie.
I know.
Talk about that hoodie you got there.
It's all right. It's supposed to be
It's a sexy librarian.
a sexy moose librarian.
Yeah.
See, this Maine shit be weird, man.
Why?
Because I told you, first off, when I moved here, I never wanted to get anything with Maine on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how
Now
this-
you got the state on your
I know,
hood,
but the
you got
hoodie
the
is
moose
so
on the
comfortable.
thing. You got Portland High School lounge pants. You've got you're all mained up. People whenever you move somewhere else, they're gonna say, "There's that girl from Maine," and then they're gonna
hell
say,
no.
and then
I'm
they're
throwing
gonna
away
say,
all that shit.
they're gonna say, that must be how they do it in Maine, but they don't do it here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know how it is.
No, I don't know how it is
Mm-hmm.
because I have a personality and an attitude on me that people don't typically approach me that way. They gonna say it behind my back maybe, but they're not gonna tell me to my face.
They'll be like, "Wait, this isn't Maine. We should
Yeah.
tell her."
Well, to be honest with you, Kirk, it's not very many people that I've come in contact with that's our age that has traveled the way we have.
That
a
is
lot
true.
of people don't travel the way that we have and like have lived in these different states and traveled and seen all these different things. You have people that's maybe been to New York or California here or there, but
Right.
to actually like be cultured and seen different lifestyles from all across the spectrum. I don't meet many people like that.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time my attitude is, you ain't did shit, stop talking to me.
Yeah. I think you had a manager at a place that you were working was moving out to California,
Yeah.
and we went to their like going away thing,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh yeah, we're good," and we're like, "Yeah, we're thinking about going somewhere else," you know. And she was like, "Oh, you know, you guys are young, you can do whatever you want." I'm like, "Yeah, that's true." It's like, "You can go here," and I was like, "You know, we've already done all that."
Yeah. And see, she was the manager of the place, but she was really young. She was only like 23 years old. So, and she had never left Maine before.
Right.
So she was just like, I got the courage up to do it. You guys can too.
Yeah, you
like,
guys can do
girl,
it too.
we already done
We're
traveling.
doing it right now. Yeah, like we're here.
We're kind of at the point where we've done those things and we're trying to settle down, buy
Yeah.
a house, and kind of move forward in that direction, a more stable, more adult direction. When she's just starting to get out there and travel and things like that.
Yeah, wants to see what's going on.
And she got out there, then the world shut down, and then her ass
know.
got fired.
Well, you don't know. She
She might have kept her job.
she probably had like that was a year. She probably had a year in California.
Yeah.
She probably already left by the time that.
I know she probably's already back
She
here.
probably lives here. Yeah, she lives on the street. You know?
That's a risky move to make because she did it with her boyfriend, and they went down there with no place to live and pretty much just camped out on her brother's couch until they were able to get on their feet.
Right.
So I might contact her and see how everything's going because I'm interested to see if she's actually back here or if she stayed in California.
Right.
I'm sure it was the smarter move to move back here with her family and actually having a support system here versus how California has been the last year with everything shut down and not much work.
Right.
So, yeah, I didn't even think about that, but I guarantee you she probably
Maybe. Yeah, I think that a lot of people moved back home like whenever this whole thing was going on. They're like, I don't have a job. I work remotely, so I'm gonna work remotely near my family.
Yeah.
So, and both of our families are so spread up.
Mhm.
So I mean, like, where do you choose to go if you did choose to go somewhere?
Yeah,
right?
we got 4 different locations. Like it's to the point where this year, I mean, at least the first vacation that we take to see our families, I'm probably gonna have to go see my mom because me and you saw my dad last. I'm probably gonna have to go see my mom, and you're gonna have to go see one of your parents, just so we can get 2 out the way.
Right.
Because we got 4. We did my dad already. We got 3 more that we need to see.
Right.
How do you do that?
It's too much.
If we go to one together, now we got 2. We still got to see for the
Yeah,
year.
we gotta. I think we just have to split up this year.
We might have to.
Yeah.
We could maybe split up on the yeah.
Yeah.
On the first trip. That's
Sure.
what I'm thinking.
Sure.
And then the last trip we can do something together.
We'll see. What?
Well, it's funny because we try to do a couple trips a year, but this pandemic is really fucking things up for us.
Not this year.
I know. It's crazy because that's the point that I was trying to get to in life in general, and then we were at that point where you can travel and do things like that pretty much. And whenever you're able to get time off work and you can go take a trip and blah blah, like that's nice to do with another person and experience all these new things.
Right.
And then now we can't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And Kirk wants to wait till he gets the vaccine. I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what to do. My mom wants me to take a COVID test before
You
I
have to
come
take a test
Detroit.
if you go see him.
Well, I don't want to.
Well, that doesn't matter. Your want doesn't
I'm wearing
matter.
the mask already.
So?
I don't want to. I don't got the shit.
You don't know that?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I feel great. I don't have
Yeah, but
anything.
then you're gonna hop on a plane.
Yeah.
Be with those people. Yeah, it's crazy, Carmen. You got to take a test before you go.
It's just frustrating.
So what?
I don't
Get
want to
over
take
it.
a test.
That's the world you live in now.
That shit sucks.
So?
So I don't know. I got to figure it out. But you are pretty adamant that you want to wait till you get a vaccine.
Sure.
Okay, what if you don't get a vaccine for 3 years?
What about it?
Then you can't go nowhere?
I looked at the schedule. We're available to get the vaccine in June.
Are you sure, though?
Yes. It's on the government website, Carmen.
Okay. I mean, I know people are already starting to get it.
Yeah. See, the state of Maine, they originally had it scheduled through essentialness,
Yeah.
but then they scrapped that and decided that they're going to do wholly based on age. So our age group pops up in June.
I think that that's a smarter way to go about it, because I was just listening to the Breakfast Club, and it was a lady on there, and she was saying how the teachers are getting like the vaccines before the bus drivers and the food service workers, when they don't think that that's fair. They're like, the teachers are working from home right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even in the school, but they're getting the vaccines first. She was like, do you realize that we're still delivering school lunches to kids? Like, I didn't know that people were doing that. She was like, we deliver lunches every day to kids for the free lunch program still.
Right.
Because a lot of kids depend on a free lunch from school to eat.
Right.
So they still have the food service workers and the bus drivers on the front lines, like actually in person with families all day. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady was like, how is that fair for me not to get the vaccine before a teacher that's been at home the whole fucking time?
Right.
And they on the radio, they were like, we didn't even know that people were doing that. She was like, yes, we never stopped. We've been delivering lunches to kids the entire pandemic.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not in school like that no more, so I don't I didn't know that was going on. No one talks about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was interesting for her to bring that up. It's like, damn, girl, I guess you is on the front line. Nobody give a fuck about a bus driver. That's the issue.
Yeah. That's the problem.
I don't even think the city bus drivers are going to get the vaccine first.
Mm-hmm.
So, when they should, I think
Definitely.
so. Yeah,
It's just different. You don't know state by state what's going on.
Yeah, that's true. I think I like that, the whole age group thing. That works. Why not?
Okay.
Apparently,
What do you care? You're not going to get it anyway.
no, I'm not gonna do it. And I'm not gonna take the test either.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You want to talk all tough and,
I
and
don't wanna
everything,
do
but
it.
you're gonna have to bend, Carmen. That's just the way that it is. You
Well-
know that. You want to be this big, strong chick, but that's not it. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, and then you're finally just gonna do what you have to do. We all know.
So, I went to the Big Apple last night.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll stop at the Big Apple. It just kind of depends on my route that I'm taking home. Sometimes the
The
7-Eleven.
Big Apple gas station.
Yeah, sometimes the 7-Eleven by our house is pretty packed. So it's
Yeah.
just easier to go to this.
You got people in there. They've got the 3-meat pizza for $5.99 right now. So
people
you know,
ordering food.
and the taquitos, the Rolos, whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got little cheesecakes and macaroons
got
and shit.
Everything at the 7-Eleven. I think that that 7-Eleven probably, they had, for the longest time, they had the best wings in town.
They did have the best wings in town.
Like, there's no reason that those 7-Eleven wings should have been that good.
They
there's
had
literally
the
no reason.
They had the best wings when we say in town, not like out of all the 7-Elevens. I mean in town, like out of all the restaurants.
Right, yeah. Those wings were amazing. Then they quit doing the buffalo, but that's all right.
They'll come back around though.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope I don't know, though.
Oh,
I hope I don't know about it.
You know I'm going to find out because as soon as I walk in there, they're going to be like, wing!
We got the buffalo. Yeah.
So I'll go there, and there's a guy that works at the Big Apple gas station, and this guy, he's a really nice guy. He talks so fucking much. I ain't never seen no shit like this. I'm literally like, I'm on the phone. Can you stop?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry to tune on the phone. He's still talking.
Right.
I literally ignore him, and then he's just like talking to himself. He's talking to me, but I'm not paying attention to him, ignoring him. He's like, okay, would you like a bag with that? You know I never asked for a bag.
Right.
Dude, if I ask for a bag, give me a bag. If I don't ask for a bag, you just gotta stop talking. I'm literally on a phone with Christina like, this guy gotta stop it, and he's still talking. I'm
Right.
like, I ain't never seen no shit like that. You gotta stop this. They need to fire him.
Why? He's so nice.
He's talking people out of the store.
So one time I would go in there and I was picking up some PBRs for the night, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I my buddy, he gives me his cans." he's like he gives me his cans. He drinks in his car and he doesn't want to keep the cans in his car, so he gives them to me, and he's saving up to buy something with these cans.
He trying to get a place.
Yeah. Well, no, he's saving up to buy something else. But the last time that I saw him, I was typically, the Big Apple is pretty packed. Like during the COVID, they only allowed like 3 people in at a time.
Yeah.
Now that restriction's not there, so more people are going there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because of the whole 7-Eleven thing, because they're diagonally across the street from each other.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, he tells me, he says, "You want to hear a joke?" And I was like, okay. Because I was the only one in the store, so he didn't have to rush to the next person, right?
Mm-hmm. He had time for you.
He had time for me. And so then he tells me this joke. And it's a long joke. And then the punchline's not even that funny. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, oh, ha. Like, through my mask, I'm smiling to be nice. Like, do I have to fake smile anymore, even though I wear a mask? Can I just be like, oh, that's good, because they can't see me smile anyway?
You can tell when somebody's smiling. You can tell through the eyes and everything when someone's smiling.
I don't know.
For sure.
I think I can just be like, oh, that's great. There's a movie called Frank, Michael Fassbinder, and he wears a paper mache mask the whole time. Like it's like a Mr. Bill or like a Jack in the Box head. And this guy that is there, he's a musician, he's a singer, and this guy that is playing like keyboards for the dude, he's like, I don't like that I can't tell what kind of facial expression you're making. And he's like, pleasant smile. And so he would describe the type of face he's making. It's hilarious. But that's the world we live in now.
No,
right?
You can tell. You can't read lips as good, so it's hard to hear. Typically, if you can't hear someone very well, you still put the lips together a little bit to where you kind of can figure out what they're saying. But everything's so muffled with the mask on, so a lot of people have a hard time hearing you. I have a hard time hearing other people. So
when I drop you off of work on the weekend,
yep.
I go to the mall. And like whenever you see like the lotion dudes that have the kiosks and stuff, and they're like, hey, can I give you the lotion?
That's how they sound?
Yeah. And
what are they? What's their nationality?
I don't know. I think that they're white people. They just talk like that.
No, they're not.
I wouldn't say that they're any kind of nationality.
No, they look something.
They just talk weird. Anyway, they don't wear like masks. Like they wear like this like little like plastic thing that will like go over their face.
Yeah,
like,
you can see their face.
And you can see their face, but it's like not really like a barrier anyway. Like they're literally just talking normal. It's just a little shield that goes. It doesn't even like go over their nose.
No, it's just a little thing that's got created to like, well, you can slip through the cracks with this.
Yeah, with this guy. And then there's a guy outside of the Apple store, and he's like their like little like guard man, and he has a mask that goes around his face like normal, but then there's a window where you can see his mouth.
Yeah,
some pretty cool stuff.
I'm so surprised that the Apple store here is so fucking busy. Is that a normal thing for the Apple store to be that busy?
Yeah.
Why?
They used to have a smaller shop, and they had to move to the big shop because they were getting so much traffic.
Yeah, but is it that people are buying things, or are they like, what are people at this Apple store doing?
They go in there for support. They go in there to buy things.
Yeah.
I imagine how many phones are Apple phones. You only see people in the PCS store, in that Metro store.
Metro popping.
But you always see people in there.
Kirk, let me tell you, for Metro, I pay $31 a month, and that dollar a month is for my insurance. So if anything happens to my phone, I get a new
Exactly.
one.
And the Apple people do the same thing.
Gotcha. It just always seems packed. It's like unusually
Yeah.
like a line around a like. God damn.
When we bought a laptop, I was like, maybe we should get an Apple laptop because.
Or maybe not, so we don't have to wait in that line. How about that?
But maybe we should get an Apple laptop so that way, we get the free Apple TV Plus subscriptions and we can watch the Beastie Boys documentary. Gonna
You
pay
was willing-
$2,000
you
just
was
to watch a
willing to-
Beastie Boys documentary?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Like, we're looking for computers. You're like, what do you think about this one? I'm like, I just don't know about buying an item that costs $700 unless it's like for a cart or a place. Other things though, like even when I bought buying this comforter set, that's a lot of money for a comforter. Was it worth it? Yes, I agree. But initially when I do it, I'm like, oh hell no.
Right.
I look at the price.
how
I'm like,
dare
what
I
the fuck
spend
would I
that
buy
much?
that? I could do other things with that. Like, so it's just a weird thing.
Right.
So, and like I told you, I'm not very attached to many things material. So I don't understand it. You like more of the things than I like, I think.
Like what?
Like art, things like that. Like,
Oh yeah, you got to have something to look at.
like how much did it cost you to get that Ween poster framed again?
50, maybe $100.
I think it was closer to 100.
I don't think it was 100, but it was at least 50, maybe 100.
Yeah, to get a picture framed.
Right.
Absolutely, that's nuts to me.
Yeah, but it was matted, framed, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was a custom job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no way in the world I would pay that much money to get a picture framed. I'm gonna go to CVS and get a picture frame and stick that shit in there.
Yeah, that's true too. And I could have done that with that. I actually wanted to spend more because I wanted to get like a museum glass. I'm serious, because the glass
Oh,
that's
you
in it
fancy,
now, yeah,
huh?
it protects from UV rays and doesn't let it fade if it gets in the sun. But we live in a dark place, so we have it in a dark place, so it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's really nice. So I was downtown. I work downtown, so I'm always down there. So I see everybody that works downtown. I run into people everywhere, especially because I've worked in multiple restaurants, and the restaurant community here is pretty close, I would say. Like, you can always find somebody who has worked in a restaurant or know about the restaurant, or like people are just in tune with each other when
Right.
it comes to work. And I was walking past the Raw Bar,
Mm-hmm.
and they have tables outside when it warms up a little bit.
Right.
And this couple were sitting there playing footsies,
Mm-hmm.
hardcore footsies, under
Hardcore
the table.
footsies.
Is that not a like childish thing to do?
I don't know. People express themselves.
They look like they had to be in like their 40s.
Right.
What do you get out of like touching another
You're showing
person's?
your connection. Like, hey, we're
Hey,
gonna.
my heel is touching your fucking Converse or whatever the fuck you was wearing.
Uh-huh.
My heel is touching your dress shoe. Like,
Right.
it's not like they had socks
It's like
on.
we are one.
Oh my
I
god.
can't wait to eat raw seafood
With you.
with you, with my feet out.
And people were like, oh my god, what they say, oysters are an aphrodisiac. It makes you have sex.
Right.
No, it don't.
You don't think so?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
I never eat oysters and be like, I'm trying to fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Where me a man at? Because I just had some oysters.
I'm ready for it. This is about to spice up the night. Hell no. I don't know where people get that from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, you probably had alcohol with it, because typically people drink when they have oysters. It's kind of a thing that people do.
Right.
You go out for seafood, you have drinks, and maybe you having sex because of the drinks, not the oysters.
Well, who knows?
That's so funny. So did you hear the apology that Chris D'Elia gave?
Yeah. I did. Well, did he apologize?
No, he not really.
He said,
Cancel him. Keep his ass canceled.
keep him canceled.
Cancel him.
Well, I think there's a lawsuit against him now. After the
get
apology, somebody sued him over abuse.
I know, like, he can't catch a break right now.
Yeah. So And would that have happened if he didn't do the apology? I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. So he basically said that he explained his situation as some of the direct messages that he had sent seem forward towards people because he wanted to be honest and say, hey, this is all about sex.
But she's 17.
Yeah, and then she's like, well, I'm 17, and then he didn't like respond anymore.
Right, and I understand that he didn't actually commit a crime. The only thing he's guilty of being a fucking creep, and you have to own that. You got to take responsibility for that.
And I think he did do that.
He did, but people already labeled him a creep. That's it.
That's it. Dunskies.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. Like if it's one girl, that's one thing, but you have a situation where multiple women now were kids. Like even during the AOL, how the fuck they go back and get your AOL messages and put them out?
Right.
MySpace messages and put them out. Like
Everything.
you reached out, and these not fans that reached out to you. Some of them were, but a lot
Later
of
on
these,
they were.
Later on they were. A lot of these girls were people who he reached out to who were like underage. Even though he did nothing with them, why do you keep finding the underage ones?
I don't know.
Like I don't
because they've got a look that he liked, and then he was like, okay, let's check it out.
I can look at somebody and tell they're young, or I'll say, how old are you?
I don't know.
Maybe start with the how old are you
how
first.
old are you? Blah blah blah. But no, let's get some conversation out of the way first. Then we get to the age stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And also, there's some people that aren't gonna want to tell him their age immediately.
Okay, but
and they kind of want to play that game where
that's
they're like,
one thing. But if that was the dialogue, then he would be justified. However, that wasn't the dialogue. The dialogue was, "Come over to my house, let's fuck." And then they said, "I'm 17." Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you started off wrong. Probably don't start off with the fucking before you know the age.
Maybe not.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
And then obviously right now T.I. and Tiny are in the same situation. Have you been hearing about that whole scandal that's going on?
Yeah, they kicked him off of the new Ant-Man movie. No T.I. and Ant-Man. Not
or
number 3.
They canceled his show as well. He's it's an attorney representing 11 women that's coming
what
out
the show's
against
about?
him. The show is about his family.
Okay.
And they canceled the show as well.
Oh.
And now
It's like the Osbournes?
Yeah, it was like No. The Osbournes. Why would it be like the Osbournes?
Like Ozzy Osbourne's show?
Yeah.
Growing Up Gotti?
Yeah.
The Kardashians?
No, it was his own thing. It was it showed a mother and a
Was it
father
like
taking
Grun's
care
house?
of their kids. Yeah.
Like the Osbournes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was more so like that. It's been so long since I've seen the Osbournes. Look so fucking creepy and dark with red. Like,
that's what made them funny.
Right, but I don't know if I can't put them in the same category as the T.I.
We don't have to put them in the same category.
All right, but
it's like Run's house.
Yes.
Whose house?
It's like Run's house.
Uh-huh.
So it's a fucked up situation. I would like to think that they didn't do anything. Okay, they were having threesomes and sex parties. You can't be famous and have sex parties.
All right.
But there's been multiple people who.
But you can.
You can.
Right.
But then you get to Me Too.
Right.
That's the crazy thing. Like somebody was talking about this. Somebody's that's in the Hollywood scene, and they're like, if somebody was recording all the shit that I talked to my friends about and how we talk to people and shit like that,
right?
It's like we would be Me Too'd as well. Everybody would be Me Too'd.
Right.
Like sometimes you're just talking and having a good time because obviously they're talking about what is it, Mayor Cuomo? Is he the governor or the mayor? Governor, right? They're talking about him because now he getting the Me Too as well. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of it.
It's crazy.
I know. It's a crazy situation. But not T.I. and Tiny.
No, get them out of there.
No.
Ain't no sex parties going on.
No, I need proof.
ATL, is that the movie he was in?
Yeah.
Also about rollerblading?
That's his movie.
Roller skating?
That's his movie.
Huh? It came out right about the same time as Roll Bounce, and they were just skating in it.
No, Roll Bounce was afterwards.
But Roll Bounce is the better movie.
I don't know about that. Okay, yeah, probably the better movie.
You don't know if Roll Bounce is better than ATL?
Well, Diana Ross' son is in ATL.
So?
He's a great actor.
Get out of here.
He is.
Chi McBride. Chi McBride, the dad on Roll Bounce. He's in Roll Bounce.
Nobody give a fuck about him.
I love him.
You like him?
Yeah, he's in a movie called Let's Go to Prison.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I love that movie. Directed by Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah. You ready to finish this up?
Yeah, I think this is the end of it. Thank you guys for listening. If you have any questions or suggestions, please go to sweetgravypod@gmail.com and check out our YouTube channel, Sweet Gravy Podcast.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.